உதய கிருஷ்ணா அசல்னை வழங்கும் பிளாக் ஷிப்பின் ராஜபார்வை டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் உள்ள லிங்கை கிளிக் செய்து இன்றே காணுங்கள் உங்கள் பிஎஸ் வேல்யூவில்.
Dr. Veera Swamiji.
Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to speak on the National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research Amendment Bill 2021, sir. Today being the 6th of December, I would like to join my honorable member from Silchar and pay tribute to Bhimrao Ambedkar, who has gifted this country with vibrant living constitution, sir. And I would like to start my speech by quoting Thiruvalluvar, sir. He's a poet from Tamil Nadu. 2000 years ago, he has written about so many things which are applicable even today. So he has mentioned, Utravan Thirpan Marundurai Chelvan Endre Appal Narkutre Marundu. I will translate that to you, sir. It says that for successful treatment of any disease, you need patient, the cooperation of the patient, the doctor, the medicine, and the pharmacist, the person who gives the medicine. These are all very essential for successful treatment of any patient. So he has understood the importance of a pharmacist even 2000 years before, sir. Sir, this bill was initially introduced in 1998 when the Mohali Center was started. And it is a great thing that like 20 years back, they were able to start this institution, and it has its own building, sir. The reason why I say it has its own building is from 2007 to 2008, there were 6 other centers which were started. They were in Ahmedabad, Hajipur, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Guwahati, and Raebareli, sir. Even 15 years later, these institutions don't have their own building. It is a very sad state of affairs, and especially when you're calling these centers as institutes of national importance, that this government has forsaken these institutes where the proper budget allocation has not been made. So I would like to urge the government to look into this and ensure that the buildings are made available to all these institutions at the earliest, sir. Sir, this bill is bringing about a situation where there was a mention about the change where they are talking about the board of governors. The number of members have been reduced from 23 to 12, sir. The honorable member who spoke earlier, he had mentioned that too many cooks spoil the broth. Not only do they spoil the broth, sir, they make a mess of the whole kitchen. So I feel that his point also should be taken, and the reduction of the board of governors, the number of members in the board of governors, I'm sure it is going to be helpful. And also the establishment of a council. Sir, in the establishment of a council, there is a talk about putting in so many people over there, which is all understood, sir, which most of them are ex officio. We are talking about 3 members of parliament. And it has been mentioned that the 3 members of parliament should have some kind of medical background. It is fortunate that this term over here, we have, I think, more than 20 doctors over here, sir. Subject to correction. But I don't know if this is going to be happening in every term where there is going to be a doctor or member with adequate knowledge. So to be leaving something arbitrary like that to say that somebody should have medical experience to be in this board will lead to a lot of confusions in future. So I think that has to be addressed and sorted out, sir. So you're talking about institutions of national importance. I would like to talk about some of the data which was given by the standing committee to which this bill was referred. And the chairman of the committee from our party, sir, Dr. Kanimudi, had given me a lot of inputs on this particular bill. And the data shows that the number of researches which are being conducted varies from in all these 7 centers. So the highest is around 140 researches have been conducted, and which happens in Ahmedabad, and the next highest is 132, which happened in Hyderabad, and the least is Hajipur, sir. There are only 10 research which has been conducted in that center. So when you're going to say that there is going to be an institute of national importance, I feel there should be certain criteria where there's some kind of a guidelines saying the amount of quality of research, the amount of research which needs to be done in these institutions, if it can be prescribed, where the council can guide them to do more research, because pharmaceutical industry is a huge industry, sir. As the speaker earlier had spoken, in the world, I think the United States has the highest amount of pharmaceutical investments, sir. They have their budget is about $340 billion, and next China is about $90 billion, and India is having only about $40 billion, sir. So we have such a huge talent pool over here. We have such eminent doctors and scientists and everything. I feel that we should probably be one of the top countries to be in the pharma industry, especially, sir, because so much of research potential is available over here, because we have the largest, one of the largest populations where all kinds of studies can be done over here, sir. And when it comes to patents, it is sad to note that the highest number of patents which have been done is from Hyderabad, sir, where there are 17 patents. And the least is from Kolkata, where only one patent has been filed for. Sir, I would like to say that patents are way by which a government can generate revenues, sir. So the more number of patents we have, it can be monetized, where it will be helpful to ensure if you are doing adequately well, you probably can give the students even a free education where amount of research can be done, because we are giving them scholarships, so it can be enhanced. So I feel that the government should give more importance and more push for research, and for this we need adequate funding, sir. So if you look at the funding pattern, some 4,500 crores was allocated for these institutes of national importance. But sadly, only about, my earlier speaker said 300, but I think it is about 100 crores for Hyderabad, Guwahati, and Ahmedabad, and 55 crores for Hajipur, Kolkata, and Raebareli, sir. So it comes to around less than 500 crores. So where a requirement for 4,500 crores was considered, the amount sanctioned has been very meager, sir. So I think the amount of funding which needs to be given for these institutions should be enhanced to bring out quality education, quality research, and which is going to benefit our country greatly. Sir, also this bill also talks about new centers which are to be started, one in Madurai in Tamil Nadu, and the other in Jhalawar in Rajasthan, one in Nagpur in Maharashtra, and one in Chhattisgarh and Bengaluru in Karnataka. Sir, I would like to say that this has been in the planning stage for a very long time. I feel that we have never had any representation in this existing 7 centers. I would request the government to consider Tamil Nadu, where probably even Madurai and even in Chennai, we can have 2 centers where we have that amount of educated, talented pool, as you are well aware, sir. And also, sorry?
Gee.
No, that also can be, sir. Sir, there is another person who is also asking for one more center, sir, Coimbatore. So I would be happy if 3 centers can be considered in Tamil Nadu. Sir, coming in a related topic, the earlier member had spoken saying the Prime Minister had visited a vaccine center, and he had given, the Prime Minister had given great confidence to the people during the time of COVID pandemic. So I would like to point out to the Minister through you, sir, that our Honorable Chief Minister had visited a vaccine complex in Chengalpet, sir. This is called HBL IVC Vaccine Complex. And our Honorable Member from Maharashtra, Ms. Supriya Sule, also, during the discussion in 193 on COVID-19, she had mentioned about this and asked about the status of this HBL IVC complex in Chengalpet. Sadly, the Minister in his reply had not been able to give a proper response to that. And even after the discussion, when several members from our party raised and asked about it, I do not know whether he did not hear it over the din, or I'm hoping that he will be able to answer that, sir. The reason why I say that is the potential of this HBL IVC vaccine complex is about 160 crore vaccines can be produced in 1 year, sir. The government has already funded 600 to 700 crores till now, where the further expenditure of only 300 crores is required to make this fully operational. I would urge upon this government to ensure that this is done. I do not know why there is so much of hesitancy and resistance to start this center, sir.
Sir, and not only, बता दीजिएगा, माननीय मंत्री जी को बता दीजिएगा,
sir, not only,
now conclude,
please. Sir, not only kept idle, sir. Every year they are spending 50 crores on salaries where not a single vaccine has come
Okay.
out, sir, for the past 4 years. So 200 crores has been spent on salaries to a center where there is no manufacturing. I do not know whether it is a political reason because it was started during the earlier government, and this government does not want to make the center see the light of day. So I
Thank you.
request through you, sir, to ensure that this is done, sir. And I hope that the minister will at least find time to answer about this
Now
at
conclude.
least
Yes,
today,
yes.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
உதயகிருஷ்ணா அசல்னை வழங்கும் பிளாக் ஷிப்பின் ராஜபார்வை டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் உள்ள லிங்கை கிளிக் செய்து இன்றே காணுங்கள் உங்கள் பிஎஸ் வேல்யூவில்.